All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Brian Frazier here. I'd like to welcome you to the YEREQ uh, team call. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I know everybody's been anxious to really get going with YEREQ GEO, and I just wanted to have this call because it's been pretty quiet lately in the process of this merger that's going on. I'm quite sure people have heard about the merger that's been going on and the email that the CEO George Bingham put out. And so, well, first of all, before I really get started here, I want to make sure. Um, Annette, can you hear me? Okay, am I coming across?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, George Bingham sent out an email yesterday and informing people about the merger and and um, and the merger with most of you may, if you may or may not know, is with Zen or Zen Delivery or uh, Zen Tech and Zen Desk. Okay, so basically it's Zen, and um, and so I don't know exactly what name that they're going to be coming out with as far as the merger is concerned. But that is the company that is merging with YEREQ, from my understanding. And so, as we go through this merger, they have taken a lot of the processes down right now, so they can get everything transferred over. And uh, through that process, uh, there's going to be a lot of changes, quite naturally. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that the changes that are taking place um, um, will be, I hope it's a smooth process since they're taking everything down. Now they have, from my understanding, they've kept the website up, and I'm quite sure as long as the website up, you'll be able to refer other people into the system, as well as paying the $99 membership and the 9.95. Um, from my understanding and from some accounts that people that I've talked to, with the auto ship in the back office, uh, some people have used the auto ship to try to set up for their automatic drafts to come out to be debited, but they're not being debited. All right. So I don't know if that is the case with most people or not, but I know some people are having a problem with that. And so I don't really know if that auto ship is working the way that it's supposed to be. Um, so, my advice and what I've been telling people that I've talked to, that if you need to pay and you want to pay the $99 or the 9.97, especially if you bring somebody in new, just to go to the shop, the order shop in the back office, and go ahead and make your payment there, um, and make sure that you keep your receipt. Always keep receipts of anything that you do, so you can always have a record of anything that's being done. Especially with the transition such as this. Okay, and going from one software to another, you want to make sure that you keep your records at all times. Um, um, this transition that's going on right now, we're keeping our fingers crossed that everything works smoothly. Okay, we've all been through an ordeal here with this whole process, and I know a lot of you have been frustrated, and which is rightly so. But as always, and this has always been said, and we will always say this: we are in pre-launch, and if anything like this is going to happen, this is when you want it to happen. And so, as these things are coming together, some of these things are expected, some of them are not. You know, I've been involved with different startups before, okay? And there were always hiccups, there were always problems, and that's the reason why it's called a pre-launch. But sometimes some are have worse problems than others, okay? That's just, that's just the way things are. We really don't have any control over that. So we don't try to harp on that too much, okay? And it's easier said than done, because when you're having the problems, then it could be very, very frustrating, right? And we understand that, and I'm quite sure the company understands that as well. So keep in mind, they did not get this thing going to create problems, you know. So they didn't expect to have that. No one is going into this thing wanting to have problems, but you expect problems to happen, especially when you're dealing with software and computers and technology and people in general. So these things are going to happen. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out the way, because I know a lot of people have their opinions about how things are being run, how things are being done, and that's cool. Everybody has an opinion, okay? But the bottom line is we have no control, and so whatever is going on has to go on. Whatever, however it's being dealt with, that's the way that it's being dealt with. And the only thing that we can do is just uh, bide our time, and wait our turn for us to do whatever we need to do, right? And let the infrastructure take care of itself, whatever whoever is handling that. Right? So um, one of the main reasons why I wanted to have this call, first of all, because there's been so much silence, and I know that anytime there's a lot of silence, and you don't really get a lot of information coming out, then uh, it could really be daunting on the psyche, so to speak. Okay, so it's always good to have somebody come out and say something, try to update people as much as possible. And all as always, I like to give a round of applause for the people that are on the Telegram groups and the Facebook groups, okay, the Facebook pages, that are trying to help people move forward, okay, because that can be a daunting task as well, okay, especially when you're not really getting any information um, from the corporate uh, entity, um, and keeping you abreast of what's happening. And so, whenever people, come into the different social media groups and try to help people, that's always a plus. And I take my hats off to those people that are doing that, because it's really, really needed, just to try to keep things calm as much as possible. But just keep in mind, you know, this thing is going to move forward. Okay, it is going to get better, no matter how bad it may seem. Most of the time, it's going to get better. Okay, and I'm just here to try to encourage you on that. Um, uh, we had an event. I live in Maryland. Okay, I'm on the East Coast and I live in Maryland, and we did have an event here in Maryland on Friday, on the 12th, and the founders, John Rustin and Cynthia Rustin, they were here, and they did a fantastic job. It was a great event. We had fun. I did get a chance to talk with them as well, and and the conversations that I had with Mr. John Rustin, it was very encouraging, very encouraging. Okay, and and you know, and with Cynthia Rustin, she is really, really wanting people to know that they do understand that the situation that everyone is in. Okay, they want everybody to know that they understand that, but they're on a different mission. Okay, they're on a mission to make sure that everything beyond what we're going through is being taken care of, and that's a whole different task within itself. Okay, so there's other people that's going to take care of the infrastructure of what we need taken care of so we can move forward. but they're on a whole different mission on what they're doing. And they have to stay focused on that. And so that's why sometimes we don't get to hear them or see them or hear about them as much as we would like, okay, in the community or in the field, because they have a whole nother thing that they have to take care of. And so we have to be mindful of that and respect that. Um, there's other people that's involved, and especially involved in the merger that's happening right now. They're the ones that's going to get this whole infrastructure together for us to be able to move forward with the different processes and being able to move forward and do what we need to do to conduct business. All right. And so we have to give them their space and their time and in their own way to get that done. So in the meantime, what we need to do out here is do whatever we have to do to keep everything together, to keep our teams together, to keep the groups together, to keep our mindset, intact, okay, through all of this. Because I know it can be difficult. I know it can be hard on you when you're itching to go out there and talk to people about doing business, about the charging stations, about all the different technologies and products that we have. You're itching and raring to go, but you don't know what to do. You don't know how to do it. You don't know the process just yet. Okay. And we understand that. But I just say that to say it's coming. And when it comes, we're going to have this thing together. This thing is going to be put together properly. I assure you of that. All right. And especially if I'm involved with it, I'm going to try to do all that I can as a leader to help everybody come along in this thing and get the information that you need. I don't have access to everybody, but I do have access to some people that can help us move forward when the time is right. And so I just want to be that voice right now and bring some voices on that will help be the voice to where, at least you have somebody to hear from and someone to talk to. All right. And so you're not in this alone. Okay. Understand that. And as everything comes together, um, uh, you're going to love the results. The wait is going to be worth it. Okay. I really truly believe the wait is going to be worth it. And so if we can just get through this period, okay, and once everything is up and going the way that it's supposed to be, as I have been told, you're going to be extremely happy on what's getting ready to happen. Extremely happy. So in saying that, just to get this out the way, for those of you, and I don't think it's anyone on this call or on this Zoom, but for those people that just can't wait, okay, and they just have to move on because they just can't deal with the frustration and everything that's going on. If you just can't if you just can't hold on, don't no worries. We understand that, and the Rustins understand that, and everybody involved in the executive staff, I believe they understand your frustration. Okay. And so they're letting people know, and they want you to know that if you do need to just back out, that's fine. And you can send an email to support@YEREQGEO.com and let them know that you want to get a refund, of your money. You can do that. They're allowing you to do that. They don't have a problem with that. Okay. It's not about your money. Okay. They will allow you to do that. And so, if you're really in that position to where you need to back out, because everybody has a different situation. Okay. Everyone has a different situation. And so depending on what your situation is, you may not be able to hang on any longer. And you know, that is your prerogative. And so by all means, send an email in and you can ask for a refund and they will gladly give you a refund. But now in saying that, I really, really want to encourage you to really, really think about that decision. Okay. Because once these situations have been taken care of, and we have everything running smoothly on all cylinders, it's going to be a whole different ball game than what you see right now. And I would truly, truly hate for someone to miss out on what's coming, you know. And like I said, everybody has their own situation, but you know, I just think it's an obligation for me to say that if you can really, truly try to hang on just for a little while longer until everything comes up the way that it's supposed to be, I think that um, it will be well worth the wait and well worth the sacrifice, whatever you feel that sacrifice is that you have to go through to get to that point. Okay. So really, really think about it before you make that move. Right. And I really wanted to say that because, you know, I've talked to many of you out there, and I know how you feel. And and I get it. And some days I feel that way too. Okay. But you gotta understand what we have our hands on here is bigger than what you see now. And this is what I want to try to get across. Um, you know, Mr. Bingham put it in his email that, you know, this merger is happening. We don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know, you know, who's going to be in what position after this merger takes place. But whatever the case may be, you know, it's going to be for the better. As anything that's being done is going to be for the better of this company and for you as part owners of this company. Okay, so everything is for the company itself. It's nothing personal. It's all about for the company. Okay, and for, you know, and I want to say this too. You know, we talk about the $99 and the 997, and we talking about the you know, the benefits that we get with the tokens that we get, the stock shares that we get, and the commercials that we get. Okay, all of that is a benefit. That's a benefit by being a part of YEREQ. But the money that we pay, I want you to really look at it as an investment. This is an investment. This is an investment in a company that you get to take part in 5% collectively um, ownership, and you get to receive uh, that 5% collectively, get to share in that 5% of that revenue as your return on that investment. So whatever your investment is, just think of it as an investment. Okay, that's your investment hat on when you're making that payment. Right now, the other part of it is when you take the investment hat off and put your owner's hat on. When you put the owner's hat on, now you're an owner in your own business. And so when you're an owner in your own business, now you have to think like an owner. When you're making your payment, you're thinking like an investor. But when we're getting ready to do business, now you got to be thinking like a business owner. Okay. And so we need you to kind of shift your thinking a little bit in that area when we get ready to do business. It's nothing personal, nothing personal at all. We want to do business. And so in doing business, you have to do what you have to do for you and your business. Okay. So just think about that. I mean, set aside everything that's going on with corporate and the merger and all of that. That's outside of your control. What we have to do is being in business for ourselves. Think about what we have to do as an individual business person. Okay. And this is what you need to start getting yourself prepared for. Because when all of this stuff starts to come together, then it's going to be up to you to go out here and make your money with this business. Okay. On a business level. Now, some of us have a little bit more skills than others. Some of us that's in this have never been in business before, probably. So they don't really know what to do. Okay. And that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. You'll get to learn. You'll have the time to learn, and you'll have the time to really get the gist of all of this stuff that we have at our disposal. But I just want you to start getting yourself prepared for that. Get yourself prepared for what's getting ready to happen, right? Because it's going to come, and I don't want you to be, you know, shell shocked of everything that's going on. You know, quite naturally, the company is going to give you some things to work with. They're going to give you some tools to work with. They're going to give you some education to work with. But we got to be prepared as business people, and we got to understand we have to put our business hats on. Okay, and if you're not really astute in business, then we have to start getting prepared for that. This is all I'm asking you to do. Get prepared for it. Right now, for those that are not as skilled in business, that's okay. But you are also an investor. And so you invested by putting your money up in the company, and you're sharing in 5% collectively in the company. So understand you will get paid no matter what you do. As long as you are invested in this, you will get paid. You will receive benefits. Okay. So understand that part. That's part of your investment. But when it comes down to the business end of it, then that's totally up to you on what you're going to do with it, with all the things that you're going to have at your disposal. All right. So get ready for that. So now, by being in business, there's going to be an event in Las Vegas as well. That event in Las Vegas is going to be truly a training event, from my understanding. You're going to learn all about the technologies that we have to offer to the business world and to individuals. Okay, and we're going to get trained on that, on the documents, the paperwork, the process, everything. Everything is going to be done at that event for you to understand how to get this technology and these products out to the public and into the business world. Okay, around the world, we're going to learn all of that. Right. So that's an individual choice for people to be able to do that. Okay, to go out there and do that. Now, yes, it's in Las Vegas. No, I don't believe it's going to be streamed online. Okay. I wish it was, but I don't know if it will be or not. I'm more leaning towards it won't be. Okay. So, but that's not going to stop anything, because the people that are at that training in Las Vegas, those people will be the ones that get certified to come out and start training everybody else. Okay, I do know that is going to be part of that process. So those individuals that will be in Vegas, they will be learning everything that they can learn, so they can come out and come to you and start training everybody else. Now, once that gets set up, I'm quite sure there's going to be a time where they're going to be putting stuff together to be for people to get trained online. Right? For people to get trained online. That's going to be set up. When will that be set up? I have no idea yet. But let's go through the process. Okay, let's go through the process and get the first step done first by getting people that can get in position to be able to train others. And that's what's going to happen in Vegas, right? So we gotta be able to put our business hats on. Okay, you know, everybody's going to be different, going to be leading in different ways. If you referred one person, you're a leader. Okay, if you referred one person, you are a leader, and so you have to lead your teams the best way that you can, and that's with your business hat. Okay, you're going to be a business person doing that. This is all business, right? So I just want to get everybody prepared for that. Now, here's the thing. In the midst of everything going on, you got to see the potential of what we have our hands on here. And that's what I want to really go over with you, because the things that we have and the technology and the trends that are here before us. You know, J. Paul Getty said, and to be wealthy, the great way to be wealthy is to get ahead of a trend. And we have an opportunity to get ahead of trends with YEREQ. That's the one thing I really love about YEREQ is YEREQ is ahead of the trends, more than what most people think. And so what I wanted to do real quick, because I don't want to keep you long, is I just want to go through some of the stuff that we have here at YEREQ. I don't know if everybody understands or knows all the technology and the products that YEREQ has right now and what they have presented with us. And this is probably not all of it. This is just some of it, okay? The stuff that we have been exposed to. There's probably stuff that we have never seen yet that's going to be coming, okay? But I just want to give you perspective of what we have here at YEREQ. Now, this right here on the screen, the Pegasus router. This is a product that YEREQ is going to be promoting. Now, unfortunately, we had a problem with it. John Rustin spoke with him a little bit in reference to this. They had to take this down because of some contractual issues. Okay, and that's something that he's dealing with. But he said that, you know, he's going to make sure that this thing gets out one way or the other. Okay, and I can't really get into that. But this thing is awesome, where you actually get paid to be on the internet. Powerful, powerful stuff. This is something that we will have at our disposal in the very near future. Okay, I don't know who wouldn't want to have a product like this in their home, because I know every home, okay, is on the internet. And if you're going to be on the internet, you might as well get paid to be on the internet, no matter what you're doing, okay? So this is something that nobody has that I can think of. If you know somebody that has something like this, where you can get paid just by surfing the internet, then please let me know, because I'll go get it tomorrow, okay? So we have this at our disposal. Then we have the power saver, okay? The energy saver, okay? This is another product that we're bringing to the world. Now, this is not something that's new, but from my understanding, for the people that do have it, that I have spoken to, they say this thing works great. They see a savings already, right? So they're working on getting that out to everybody, okay? Supply chain issues, right? There's always something, right? But guess what? We have this. We're going to have this to be able to put out to people, to be able to introduce to people. It's coming. It's coming. I know we're all anxious, but I guarantee you it's coming. It's coming, right? The energy saver. I'm just letting you know what we have our hands on here. Okay, this right here. We're going to be advertising in grocery stores across the country, advertising the YEREQ name, the YEREQ products on grocery stores, you know, all across the country. They got over 6,000 stores already. And ain't no telling how many more we're going to have here pretty soon, where we're going to be advertising the YEREQ name, right? Pretty soon, within a year or so, everybody's going to know the name YEREQ, okay? We get paid through stuff like this. We get to get other businesses to be able to advertise on this platform, and we get paid for that. All right, and you'll learn more about that as time goes on. You've been introduced to UPMA, precious metals. Understand what this company's been trying to do, trying to put us in a position to get ahead of the trend, right? Why? Because our financial system is changing. Our financial system is changing. The banking system is changing, okay? YEREQ is trying to get you prepared for that with UPMA, where you can get precious metals. What other company is doing that, okay? You got to think to yourself, what other company is doing that? Entertainment. We have our own ticket center where you can go and get your tickets for any in all types of entertainment, football games, basketball games, plays, Broadway plays, you name it, concerts, and we get paid as owners. We share in the revenue of that. Here is a mobile charging unit. Okay, this is something that we have exposure to, where they're going to be going around being able to, like a tow truck, to go out here for any EV cars that need charging, to charge them up on the road. We're going to have access to this. This is just some of the stuff. I'm just going through it real quick. Everybody already knows about the charging stations, the Autel charging stations. This is just one of them, right? Solar, 360 solar, right? This is a big money maker right here. This is what we have at our disposal. You're going to be trained on this, on how to talk about this, how to get big businesses to get these things, governments to get these things. They're taking solar power to a whole nother level. You're going to learn more about this. Okay. The generator, the magnetron generator. This thing produces 72,000 kilowatt hours per month. Off the grid. This is what we have at our disposal. I'm just giving you a reminder of what we have here at our disposal. This is what we're going to bring to the world. Renewable energy. Okay. Here we have the water harvester. The water harvester, 70,000 liters of drinking water. Okay, of drinking water every month. And guess what? It comes out of the air, out of the humidity, out of the air. It transfers it into drinking water. This is like space age stuff, right? This is stuff that people, probably thought about before and never thought we could ever have something like this, like Star Trek stuff. This is what's coming. This is what we have. Okay, taking wind energy, we're taking that to a whole nother level with the fan turbines. 1 mile an hour winds can generate power with this thing. Okay, it can use 1 mile an hour winds. Then we get into the fleet of cars. Do you understand? We're going to be having our own auto dealerships where you can have your own auto dealership. Who is doing this? Our own online auto dealership. Yeah, we're going to learn more about this as time goes on. But this is what we have to look forward to. And look at these cars. Okay. And it's just a trip that they call in this the aliens, right? Aliens. It's like a different world. Look at these cars. They are beautiful. And I don't know if anybody ever seen the whole line that they have. I know you've probably seen a couple of them, but check out these cars. They're awesome. This is what we have. So, we got to think about the future of this company, where we're going with it. And this is just some of the stuff that we have. Like I said, we don't know everything that YEREQ is going to be bringing out. And see, there's other companies that is looking at YEREQ right now, the things that they're accumulating. And we're here to bring it to the world. And you get to benefit from all of this. So, just wanted to run this by. Look at this Terminator. This thing is crazy. All right. These are the things that we have that we're bringing to the world. They have their own. Look at this. Talking about soccer moms. Soccer moms could drive around in style, right? Look at this. Can you imagine driving this up at the taking your kids to the football field in this? This is what we have. I just want everybody to understand. Now look at this. This is from space age stuff right here. I don't know if we're going to be flying around later on or what, okay? This is what YEREQ is trying to bring. Then we get to the stores. We're going to have our own stores all across the country. And you can put yourself in a position to have your own store where you have a store that you override 5% of the net profit from a store. Who's doing this? Understand, YEREQ is ahead of its time right now. This is probably why we're having all these infrastructure issues. Somebody's trying to keep this thing from coming out, right? Because this is wild. We are leading the pack on new technology here that we're bringing out to the world, not just to this country, but around the world. All this stuff is going around the world, okay? And we're the ones that's going to be leading the charge and bringing that to everybody. We're ahead of the trends right now, and this is where wealthy people come from. People that get ahead of the trends, right? So this is the position that we're in. And whether you get involved in of all of these things or any of these things, or you find your niche or what you want to promote or sell or make money from, or you just want to just be an investor and invest your money and get your share of the profits as an owner, whatever the case may be, you're going to be wealthy, okay? You have the potential to be wealthy. Legacy wealth. This is what we have to look forward to. And then on top of that, they already got the book written about YEREQ and what YEREQ is doing. Okay, and unfortunately, you can't see the picture too well because his face is down at the bottom, but the founder is right there on the book. The book is already written. So understand, YEREQ is not going anywhere. I don't care what kind of problems are going on, YEREQ is not going anywhere. Now, it's just a matter, are you going anywhere? That's the key. That's the question you want to ask. Where will you be 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? Okay? Because see, one day we're going to look back on these times and we're going to say, remember when we was going through all that, you know, where the website was all crazy and our genealogies weren't straight. Remember all that? Okay? That's what I want you to be saying, you know, 6 months from now. Okay, because it's coming. It's coming. This train is still going to keep moving. It's going to keep going. Okay. So now, what I want to do real quick, what I want to do is, if I can, if we have Dwight Cox, if you can, Dwight, if you're here, if you can raise your hand so we can get you. Dwight Cox is the one. He's the guy who put on the event in Maryland, and he did a fantastic job. And me and Dwight, we have talked. I didn't even know he was in this area. Me and we're like minutes from each other. And we had a chance to get together and really go over this YEREQ opportunity, this YEREQ initiative, I should say. And we're on the same page with this thing. We think just alike. And so we had a good time hanging out with the Rustins, and we even went to Alan Wu's office in Rockville, Maryland, and we had a good time because understand, a lot of people don't even know that much about Sequoia, and Sequoia is partnered with YEREQ as well. So we have all these different companies that we're contracted with. We're getting ready to change the world. We're getting ready to disrupt a lot of industries out here. Okay, literally disrupt them. Okay, and Sequoia is one of those things too. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring Dwight up and just for him to give his perspective on everything, on what's been going on. Dwight, are you open?
Can you hear me, Brian?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Hey, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone here that's actually on the call. Really appreciate y'all being here. As you all know, Brian already, phenomenal leader. But one of the things I just want to go ahead and actually echo what Brian has actually been saying is that, yes, me and my team here in Maryland, we were able to go ahead and I'm gonna say me and the owners here in Maryland was able to host the founders and also the corporate team. We had a great time. A lot of information was actually shared, and Brian has already laid it out. Tell me this: do you all know of any other company that's out there that you're aware of, that you're either affiliated with or aware of, that you have some type of association with or aware of, that has the products that he just showed you? Most of us, we don't. And so I want us to really to think about that. And one of the things that, when Brian and I was sitting down breaking bread the other day and talking, was that we really need to get back, and I echo what he was doing here, is that we need to get back to what's our why, individual why. Why did you join? Why did you join YEREQ? What is your why? And I want to read this because this is something I actually use, and I talk to, I speak at a lot of different engagements, talk to a lot of C-suite staff too. And this is one of the things I brought up. It's like, what's your why? And why now? Why YGE? Why YEREQ now? See, your why statement is a purpose that describes why you do work, or why do you do what you do, and why you live the lifestyle that you do. In essence, it's your calling, it's actually your conviction. And see, once you can actually solidify a personal mission statement like that, you get greater fulfillment, you develop, more confidence in what you're going to be doing, and then you're able to positively impact on other people's lives. And that's one of the things that we're really looking to do. That is what is the mission of YEREQ. The Russes have set out to impact the lives of people around the world. And for those of us who are going to have the privilege of being those owners, those first 10,000 owners, yes, there's going to be even more of a financial impact. They have the goal of us putting us in a position to be millionaires. No other company out there is trying to do it. I don't know if all of y'all was actually there in Vegas back in March when John talked about, hey, listen, this is his last hurrah. So going back to what Brian said, no one has actually created a company, went out here and leveraged these relationships and partnership with the intention for it to fail. But that's the question is that where are you going to be? Where am I going to be in a month, in 6 months, in a year? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. And Brian, we're here. We're 10 toes down here with YEREQ. We're not going anywhere. And, we're really motivated. And I will share this with you. I had the privilege and opportunity, the founders, they got in here on Thursday, last Thursday, the 11th. I spent about an hour with them. It was John, Cynthia King, and then Maura. So I had an opportunity to sit down with them one-on-one for about a little bit over an hour. I mean, we're talking about like 10:30 at night to 11:30 that night here. And it was just pouring out information and how passionate they are and where they want to see the company. John's talking about his vision and things and share. And once again, it was just tip of the iceberg. I couldn't even contain myself. So when I saw them Friday, I had to tell them, I said, listen, man, I couldn't sleep last night. For those who know of, I don't want to get, scripture principle, what actually talks about, this man initials JC said, hey, I got many things to tell you, but you're not ready for them yet. And that's how I actually felt. I was like, I couldn't contain myself. So really was motivated. And I tell you, I felt the same way you all did to a certain extent. You know, some of us say, hey, listen, thought they said this. This is not going to happen. Oh, we're supposed to go left, but now we're not going left. Now we're going to go to the right. This is a pre-lunch. These are the things that actually happen. In my professional field, what I actually do right now, I'm a safety and security expert for schools. I fly all the country, and sometimes we do acquisition. And believe me, those are some of the biggest headaches, starting things up, because you don't know if the platforms are going to talk together, all kind of things that come up that's unexpected. So going back to what, once again, what Brian actually mentioned about, investment hats, and then also, business hat. Really want y'all to think about that. Because here's the thing, if you can change the mindset, you can change the culture. And that's what we want to do here. Starting with everyone right now, it's like 100, almost 200 people on the call right now. If we can change our mindset, we can change the culture of where we want to go ahead and go moving forward. Put on those investment hats, put on your business hats as owners, and just know this. June, I think it's June 7th. Is it Brian? June 7th and June 8th. We're going to be in Las Vegas for the training. They already know. They are keenly aware of the issues that the field has been having. And they assured us that when we get there in June, those things are going to be addressed. Those things will be the training that everyone has been asked for. Why haven't we been trained? Those things are actually there right now, and they're ready to go ahead and actually do those things. So, but once again, just know, hey, this is actually, we're in pre-launch and everything too. So, but yes, all the products, we're ahead of our time. Please, 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 I implore all of y'all, stay around, stick around. If you change your mindset and look at this as an investment opportunity, then you know what, you'll be just as happy in that thing as those who was with, what's his name, Mark Z with Facebook, when he invited about 5 people to this room, but only 3 of them showed up, and those three people are billionaires. So once again, see what we actually have here, see what it is, and let us all and everything actually rise on to the top. But hey, Brian, I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to speak in this forum, and just wanted to go ahead and say that what I'm actually doing right now, with the founders, and then also with the corporate team. Cynthia King, she's over the commercial division. I'm actually trying to assist anywhere I can to get information, from the commercial side out into the field. But we want to make sure that we have the right information, and that's what we're waiting for when we get there in June, is to make sure we got the right information so we can just go out there, because I know everyone is just eager to go out here and actually and do good. So once again, Brian, hey, thanks for this forum.
All right, thanks a lot, Dwight. Very well said. What I want to do, I want to call on if Jalen is here, Dwayne is here, if Regan is here, Regan Hampton, if you're here, and RV, if you would raise your hands. If you can raise your hand so we can see you, because I do want these leaders to be able to come up and say something, because we can't do this by ourselves, and the company, they can't do it without us. All right, so we have to find a way to work together to make this thing go as smoothly as possible and move forward as we go into the future with this. And so, there's leaders that are identifying themselves, and those are the people that we work with out here in the field. And so if we come together as leaders and we have each other's backs, then we can't fail. And we keep the company strong because of you, because of the leaders that you are. And everybody has their own talents and their own things that they can do. And so we want to utilize those talents that you have, because guess what? All of us are on the same team. Because see, if Dwight makes money, guess what? You make money. Okay? If Sheila Pinkard makes money, guess what? Everybody makes money, right? And that's what's so unique about what YEREQ has here. Okay? And what makes it so powerful. And so what I want to do, If you can, Annette, if you can open up Jalen real quick.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Jalen, how you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I definitely, I told Annette I wanted you to come on to the call because, you have a very strong voice in this community. And I love the way that you present yourself as a leader. And if you would, just give your perspective on what you see that Europe can be as we move forward.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just excited and honored to even still be here. Of course, we are all here by choice, right? So you've already made an amazing choice by being here, by staying the course. And so I'm here just to encourage everyone. We already know what we have. That has been demonstrated, and they did an amazing job at showing us, reminding us again on this evening what we do have. We have new entrepreneurs. Welcome to it, because this is what it looks like. And then we have some seasoned entrepreneurs that know how to just hang in there and stay steadfast. And we have to continue to lead by example. So if you're seasoned, take somebody on, take them under your wing. In this time that we're waiting, in the meantime, these are some things that we can do. What you can do is start networking more. Get out into the community so you can start meeting new people. When you start conversations, that's when you find out who the movers and shakers are. And now you have a reason to be in the rooms that you normally would not be in. You're coming with a conversation. Shift your mindset to what you can do for you and for your business and for your people, because again, together we are all stronger. So I just want to say, stay the course and let's get to work.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jalen. Powerful words,
Absolutely.
powerful words. Excellent, excellent. I thank you for showing and thank you for that. And thank you for being who you are and for being here. And what I want to do now is Dwayne got his hand. Come on up, Dwayne. This is the guy that brought me to this opportunity. And this is my partner. We've been together for probably almost 15, 20 years now. But he brought me to this opportunity. So give your perspective of what the YEREQ initiative is for you and what you see going forward.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hear you loud and clear.
Excellent, excellent. Greetings, everyone. I had the honor and the pleasure to actually be at the event this past Friday. And so I could get more of a personable view of it. I've been around since the beginning of December. We've been around since the beginning of December. And, we've heard a lot, seen quite a bit with what we've seen on screen that the company actually presented us from the very beginning. But being at the event, getting a chance to just kind of, rub elbows, kind of catch the energy of what's really happening here, what we actually have our hands on, the vision itself that John has for the company and the work that he's doing. He's putting in quite a bit. I mean, when he came in, because I was downstairs, because the hotel we were at was just, oh my God, I ain't never seen so much space in a hotel in my life. It's like, what's all this space for? So it's easy for people to get lost. So I went down there to try to help get us in there, because people were just kind of wandering, didn't know where to go. And as I was downstairs on the second floor, John had just come into the building, and ran into him and, introduced myself personally. We've talked several times on the phone, but this is the first time we actually met face to face. And he was telling me, he said, yeah, just, had a long day here. We just got through it, had 3 meetings. He said they were all mayors. So you're not going to put that kind of energy in talking to mayors of a city, and this is just some garbage. There's a lot that's going on. I mean, they're literally setting up to do multi-million dollars of deals, if not billions. And you, the members, the ones who are the investors, the ones who've sown into this, you're going to get a piece of that residually every single month. So drive those toenails, not just the toes, but the toenails into the ground. And don't go nowhere. Just ride this out. Just let it happen. Let it all unfold. Yeah, ain't nobody more frustrated than I was, or am, or was more so. But it just is what it is. It's just part of this par for the course, and just allow this to unfold. If you don't understand, just do what you feel you need to do for yourself. But if you're already in that position, just hold on, ride this through, let them finish. From my understanding, they are coming down to the final stages of the merging proceedings. And of course, we have the event next month. So, it's all coming together. Just be patient, do what you got to do, stay afloat to advance, move forward. But just don't let this bucking bronco go nowhere. Just ride it out. Back to you, Brian.
All right. Well, thank you. And yeah, that's good perspective. Good perspective. And you guys, most of us really don't know what we have our hands on here, to be honest with you. We really don't. Even I don't. And I get amazed every day that I'm in this thing and all the things that I see that's coming. So understand that it's hard to try to really to put this in the true perspective of what the potential is here. Okay, but that's what we try to convey to you here. Is RV here? RV, if you're here, if you can raise your hand, I want to bring her up last. RV is the one who really has tirelessly put herself out front. There she is. And this lady here has done, nobody will know all the stuff that RV has done for this community. Nobody. Okay. She has done she should get paid a king's ransom for the things that she has done for this community. And I really appreciate her. And see and understand this is our trump card, RV, okay? Because she personally knows John, went to high school with the guy. So she knows him better than anybody, okay? And so, but she's truly in a position to really bridge the gap between corporate and the field. And so then she's really put on that hat and she's done a fantastic job of keeping us all informed as much as possible throughout this time. And so, and so I always respect her point of view on everything that's going on. And so that really keeps me going. So what I want to do is bring RV up. RV, if you can, just give us your perspective on everything that you see and how this company is going to move forward, in your opinion.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for that. Wow, I tell you, I wasn't at that event, guys. I was not there in Maryland. I wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, I was not there. But we have people like Brian, that was there, and Dwight, and Dwayne, and these guys are just, diamonds, absolute diamonds. And I wouldn't want to ride without these guys, as a number of other people that they give it all, and they're in it to win it, and they take ownership, they take pride, and they are true blue, deep to the heart, as deep as you can go at the soul level, connected. And you got to have that. When you have that, there's nothing that's going to come between you and what that thing is. And there's nothing that's going to come between them on this. And I would hope the same with every single one of you that's on this call, on this meeting right now, along with the other people that have hung in there, kicking and screaming and moaning and groaning and complaining and everything else. And with every right. I'm not going to say people shouldn't feel the way they feel or it felt, which I understand that the changes have been tough. That things going on psychologically, mentally, emotionally, financially. understanding that there's so many people that have gotten involved, and they got involved with a little bit of nothing or nothing, but they got it from somewhere to get involved at the $99 level at the very least. So for those that have dropped off, it's a huge unfortunate thing that's happened. Even bigger if one has dropped and asked for a refund. That's just gut wrenching. I mean, that's devastating just to know. And I've had a few people throughout the duration of this thing over the last few months that have thrown their hands up and they've given up. No matter what's said, doesn't matter. But what does matter is that you all are still here, and the others throughout the company. I don't know what the numbers are right now, but I do know for those that have hung in there to get to this point, to have the updates that Brian is keeping everybody up to date on. Phenomenal job, Brian. We really appreciate you and love you for that. But I tell you what, guys, for those of you that have hung in there, it's got to be the absolute best thing that will very likely ever happen in your lifetime, in the lifetime of your grandkids and theirs, and on and on. So legacies are being built here, and what's happening with the transition or the integration or the migration, the merging that's taking place. For those of you that are not familiar with the company that's joined with YEREQ and that's not familiar with the principal party behind the company, you might want to do a little research. That by itself, and I've had a few people that's done some research that operate at a certain level, and that's all. And even before that, I didn't do it because I doubted anything at all, and I never have since John first put this in front of me last fall. Right away, within a few minutes, I was in it to win it, and nobody's going to kick me to the curb. And if the day came that I was going to get kicked to the curb, didn't matter. I was still going to get back on that bull. And that's what you got to have. If you fall, if you fail, what matters is that you get back up and that you don't stop, you don't give up. And that's what it's going to take. But we have what it takes. John, number one, had the idea, and I preach this to people all the time. If it was not for an idea, that by itself, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. No matter what's happening in between, all the rest is just extra. But the fact is that he had an idea, and he brought together multiple components to create a thing that's not been created yet in this space today that we're living in, with the transitions from gas-driven vehicles to electric vehicles, and then all the other things related in the energy space that really matter. And that's what we all became a part share pool owner of because of his idea. So scratching everything else, moving it to the side, getting it out of your head, forget all that. We have the right merge partner company to take care of all of that. So clearly, Bill Hoffman and the other partners, Sequoia, Alan Wu, and any of the others related to the hydrogen company, Cubera with the router, and on and on and on. Clearly, there's something that they saw. So wouldn't you think that if they saw what they saw, that we probably shouldn't be questioning and doubting what's happening? That by itself is enough. Even just one of those companies from the past that was introduced to us, that should have been enough right there by itself. And then you bring people like Gil Emilio on, right? And Mr. Bland and such, right? That should be enough to completely wipe out any doubts, any questions, any fears, because it's gonna happen. So we're there. I'm gonna say we're not there yet, but we're there. All at the same time. We're not there yet, but we're there. because we walked into that space from the idea that John had and that he brought together so masterfully. And I understand that space, and I understand all the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs and the dramas that people will create within that space when things are happening with new startups. Well, this ain't your regular run-of-the-mill mom and pop business. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. So with that, just release your fears, release your doubts, release your questions, just let it be. Let it be what it is, and trust. Learn to trust yourself if you don't trust anything else in this space and with this company. And just trust that you did make the right decision. So with that said, I am glad that everybody's still here, and the others that's not in this meeting are still with YEREQ and did not say, I want a refund. And that you guys are hanging strong. So my hat's off to all of you, because you guys have already won. It's done. You guys have already won. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. You know, we've got some, I've been given, you know, a lot of insight, and so yes, I do get to see and to hear in terms of the things that are happening. And a lot of people say, well, but it's because, I mean, you know John, you've known John forever and a day. So, I mean, so you don't feel the same sense of concern, you know. I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I trust John. Whether I've talked with him, you know, for a minute or not, you know, amongst any dramas and such, but it's all related to all of what's happening here. And those things will cause all kinds of things to happen, and confusions and everything else. And so it's just really important that we stand strong, we stand together, and you just keep looking forward and moving forward. And you don't let anything push you off that horse. If you do get pushed off, get back on it. You know, if you're not comatose, if you're not, you know, paralyzed, get back on it. And so, yeah, that's basically all I have to say. We're right there. You're in it. You made the right choice. And it just doesn't get any better. Anything else, it's equal to, that may be equal to, it's all good, but you're in something that's solid. It's not going to go away. So thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it. Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you, RV. And, we appreciate you as well, and thank you for that insight. And you guys, we're gonna resume the team calls again once we get, you know, more information, and as time goes on, and they gave us a date, okay, and you know this community is gonna hold them to a date. You know, we're looking at that date, right? And they put out there June 1st. That's what they put. So we'll see what's happening up until June 1st and see how things get rolled out. And, you know, everybody's going to be writing down their notes and everything, I'm sure. But again, I really appreciate you guys coming tonight. I'm not going to hold you anymore. I didn't want to hold you this long. But I did just want to come out and have this call just so everybody will know that, hey, look, everything is still moving. We're here. We hear you. We see you. And everybody is vital to this whole operation that's going on. And we want you to know that you are a very important piece of this puzzle, okay? And nobody has forgotten you, okay? Nobody, all right? And so we're all going through this together, and we're gonna get it done together. And so I'll be announcing another team call possibly this week if we get some information, but more probably towards next week, okay, as we get closer to the 1st. And so I'll keep my eyes open and ears open. You guys do the same. And and just get prepared. Get yourself prepared. Get yourself ready to move this ship along come June 1st. Any of you that's going to be in Vegas, I'll see you in Vegas. Let's get this thing cranking. And we'll be, once we get that training in Vegas, we're going to be back in Maryland again. And we're probably going to do another training in Maryland as well, and getting people up to par. And then, you know, we're going to be working on that internet training for everybody, so everybody can know. You know, we're not going to get all this information and hold it in to ourselves. We're going to get it out to you guys too. Okay. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody. Sorry we didn't answer any, have any questions answered or anything like that today. But we just wanted to get, just to have this call, just to let you know that everything is here, everybody's here, and everybody's working, and we're moving forward. Okay, so we'll get together again. This is recorded. We'll get this recording out to everybody so you can have it and pass it on to those that weren't able to make it, so they can see what was talked about. And so I'll be sending it out. We'll get it out to on the Telegram groups as well as the Facebook groups as well. And so everybody will get a chance to get the link and get it, okay? And plus it will be on the YouTube page, the YEREQ, what is my I don't forgot my own YouTube page, but we'll get it out there to you. And you'll get a chance to get it and send it out to everybody. So everybody, thank you so much. Everybody have a great night, have a great week, and we'll get back with everybody soon, okay? Stay strong, everybody. Peace.